All right, guys. Welcome to part 2 of your Microsoft Word certification testing review. And last time we were here, we looked at tables, a lot of tables, how to convert text to tables, how to convert tables to text, how to sort a table into ascending order or a column into ascending order. So today we're going to pick it up with number 6. So hopefully you still have your document that you saved last time we were here, because we're just going to pick it up right where we left off. All right. Number 6 says, in the area below recycling on page 2, at a basic chevron process diagram from left to right, insert into the diagram the text register team, managers meeting, and have fun. All right, so let's go back to our document here, and let's find page 2 here, which is where we inserted the footnote last time, which should still be her school holiday. And right here in this little area, they want us to insert something called SmartArt. All right, and SmartArt's kind of fun. It's just kind of a way to represent information with graphics so that your page is a little less confusing, I guess, or more engaging. Under the Insert tab, you're going to see, under the Illustrations group here, you're going to see something called SmartArt. Okay, and SmartArt's kind of cool. The problem here is that there's all kinds of different SmartArt. There's hundreds and hundreds of pieces of SmartArt. So if I just go to the All thing on the left here and scroll down, you'll see that there's a lot of different pieces of SmartArt that you can choose from. But if you read your question pretty carefully, it actually has little hints on like what type of SmartArt it is. In the area below recycling, at a basic chevron process diagram. Process diagram. All right, so it's a process. So if you're going to the side here, we can see process, and then that kind of narrows down our field so we can see basic chevron. And if you hover over all of these pieces of SmartArt, you're going to see these little screen tips pop up, and it'll tell you which one is the basic chevron process. All right, so right here is basic chevron process. So go ahead and hit OK. It's going to insert the piece of SmartArt. Now I always say with SmartArt, what you want to do immediately is just kind of pop open your bulleted list, because if I look at my SmartArt, the last thing I want to do is kind of click in my shape to actually edit my shape. I can do that, but if you notice here on the side of my SmartArt, there's this little arrow, and if I click on this little arrow, I'm going to get a bulleted list that opens up. Okay, and here's how SmartArt works. Everything that gets its own bullet also gets its own shape. All right, however, what these are called, whenever you're dealing with a bulleted list, the bullets all the way to the left are actually called a level 1 bullet. All right. Let me go ahead and insert the data here, and then I'll go ahead and go over something called promotion versus demotion. All right. It says it wants us to insert the following: register team, managers meeting, and have fun, exclamation point. All right. So register team, managers meeting, have fun, exclamation point. Oh, I don't want to hit enter. I just want to click managers meeting. And then in the last one, we're going to say have fun, exclamation point. All right, so let's look at that. We got it right because it has to be pretty perfect. Register team, cap, managers meeting, all capital, have fun, exclamation point, capital. So everything should be capital. If it says capital on test, you need to make sure yours is capital as well. All right, so here's what's going to happen. Let's just click in front of managers meeting. Right now I have level 1 bullets. If I press tab on my keyboard, what I've just done is called a demotion. I have now taken this bullet from a level 1 bullet to a level 2 bullet, and I've demoted it. So notice how it no longer gets its own shape within the SmartArt. If I press Shift tab and take that back into a level 1 bullet, notice how it takes its own shape again. If I press tab and demote it, it actually becomes part of the registered team shape in my SmartArt. Only level 1 bulleted items in SmartArt gets its own shape. And if you ever need to delete a shape, it's as simple as literally just kind of clicking in your bulleted list and backspacing until that shape is deleted. If you need to add a shape into your SmartArt, you want to press enter to add that shape. And then you can go ahead and add the text into it. And whenever you're done, you can close out your bulleted list here. All right, now, I don't think we're done yet. Is that all it said to do? Oh, from left to right. So let's make sure our diagram is going from left to right. So over, if you click on your SmartArt, in SmartArt Tools Design tab, right now, we are going left to right because it says if we want to switch it from right to left. You can click this and it'll go from right to left. All right. Right now, our SmartArt is in the direction of going left to right. All right. It's going this way. So if I want to switch the direction of my SmartArt, I can click on the SmartArt Tools Design tab and say right to left. Okay. So your SmartArt should kind of look like this. And let's see what we're doing here with number 7. Add the text draft to the status property of the document. So whenever you hear the word property, I want you to think of the word file tab. And over here on the right-hand side are your properties. If you ever need to add a property, you want to come over here. You want to come all the way down here. Let me scoop my page up a little bit to where it says show all properties and click show all properties. I think it said to the status field of the document, it wants us to add the word draft to the status property of the document. All right. So we're just going to literally type in the word draft. Boom. It saves automatically. You can also do the same thing here. If you go to properties and go to advanced properties, you're going to get this little pop-up panel here. I'm just going to say it's easier just to come down here and say show all properties. All right. And then enter your property. So if you're adding a property, file tab, right-hand side. If we're deleting a property, that means you're going to check this document for issues and you're going to inspect the document and remove properties. All right, but we'll go through that later. I think there's a question that deals with that. So let's see what else we're doing here. I'm on a roll. Let's go. Number 8, display the tab formatting symbols in the document. Do not display any other formatting symbols. All right, so this is tricky. Under the Home tab, there's something here called Show Hide, but this isn't what they want you to do because Show Hide, if you really read it, it says it shows paragraph marks and other hidden formatting symbols. So if I click this, it's going to show every time I press tab on my keyboard, every time I press the enter key to start a new paragraph, it's going to show everything. If I just want to show tab characters, I'm going to go to the File tab. I'm going to go to Options. And under Options, I'm going to see something called Display. And I can literally just put a check where it says tab characters, or if it wants me to do tab characters and spaces, like I think it wants you to do on your test, then you can put a check in both of them and then come down here and click OK. All right, so go ahead and do that. Put a check where it says tab characters and then click OK. So notice I don't have my paragraph mark showing. It's literally just my tab characters. It shows every time I press tab on my keyboard. The show hide button is very important when it comes to page breaks, and we'll go through that a little bit later. It's the only way you can actually see page breaks because page breaks are invisible, which makes them so much fun. All right. Add the contents of the file magic doc in the documents folder below the horizontal line near the middle of page on page 1. Add the contents of the file magic in the documents folder below the horizontal line near the middle of page. Okay, so page 1. Yay, we're actually doing something with page 1. So we have this huge space that in the middle of page 1. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do something called insert object, and I'm going to say text from file. So here's the trick. Insert object is a way to pull other documents into your document, already existing documents into your current document. The trick there is that you've got to really look at the question. All right, if it wants you to pull a document into your file, then you're going to say insert text from file. If they want you to pull in anything else, whether it's a chart from an Excel spreadsheet, or if it just says like an XLS file, then you're going to go to object. All right, so this is just for text files. And let's just make sure, if you haven't already, make sure you have downloaded this, this magic document right here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of stick it on my desktop right now called magic. And download that. And when I go back to my Word document, I'm going to say insert text from file. I'm going to say desktop. I'm going to say magic. Boom. And it looks like it's a poem from Where the Sidewalk Ends. Okay. So let's see what else we have to do. There it is. We're on number 10 already. And we're at a 9-minute video. This is pretty decent. Highlight the text in the row starting with recycling and turquoise. So it doesn't say what page. Starting with recycling and turquoise. Is it this one? It could be this one. Or it could be this one. Let's just go and say it's this table right here. Highlight the entire row in turquoise. All right, under the Home tab. you'll actually see something that says highlight. If you hover over this one, it'll say text highlight color. All right. Turquoise is right here. Boom, done. All right, and that's number 10. And that's where I'm going to cut this one off. Actually, let me finish this up so we can just finish with tables practice, and we'll do 2 more. Apply grid table 1, accent 2, table style to the table. All right, so grid table 1, light accent 2. If you click on your table and actually select it, up here, you'll get 2 tabs. And notice how when I clicked on the table to select it, I click on my 4-pronged arrow in the upper left-hand corner. You get 2 tabs, the design tab and the layout tab. All right. And then right in the middle here, you have table styles, and they break it down into grid table styles and then list table styles. And we want a grid table style of, I've already forgotten, grid table 1, light accent 2. All right, grid table 1, light accent 2. So hover over these things and you'll see grid table 2, grid table 1 is what we want, light accent 2, grid table 1, light accent 2. Boom, just like that. And all it does is it kind of gives you a pre-formatting for your table. It changes the color of your table. It also changes the little dividing lines between your table, makes it a little more appealing visually. And let's go ahead and finish this up with the last one. For the table, add alternative text to the title, book selections, and the description should be a list of 5 books. So this is important. This is on your test, even though I think it's kind of useless. Click on your table. In order to add something called alternative text, you're going to right-click on that table, and you're going to go to table properties. And right here, you're going to see a tab that says alt text, and they just want you to put something in here. I've already forgotten. Oh my. Book selection, and the description should be a list of 5 books. All right. So we're going to type in book selections, and then here, a list of 5 books. All right. Oh, I don't think the books was capitalized. Make sure you type it exactly how it appears. And then just click OK. You don't see it anywhere. It's pretty useless. All right. Remember last time we also went through your keyboard shortcuts. We said Control V was paste, Control X is cut, and Control C is copy. All right. And remember those keyboard shortcuts. It'll save you a lot of time. And let's also throw one more into the mix. If you need to select everything in your document, you can hit Control A on your keyboard, and that's your keyboard shortcut for select all. Okay, the entire document. So Control A, select all, Control V, paste, Control X, cut, Control C is copy. Remember that stuff. That'll make your test go by a little quicker, even though it's just a right click. All right, have a good day, guys. I hope you learned something today.